You're all gonna die. You're the last ones. He's come back for you.
What the hell are you talking about?
Jason Voorhees.
You're insane. Jason Voorhees has been dead for years.
This is Scotty and Andrew, and you're listening to Fun with Horror.
Hello and happy Friday the 13th, everybody. This is Scotty.
And I'm Stanley.
And this is episode 180 of Fun with Horror, the most wholesome horror movie podcast in the entire world. And this week, it's another bonus episode. Stanley and I, well, Stanley, why don't you tell them what movie are we going to talk about this time?
I mean, it's usually a Friday the 13th movie at this point, you know, so it's Friday the 13th, part 8. Jason takes a boat to Manhattan.
That's right. I can't wait to talk about this.
I'm really pumped. And I also want to make a little correction here.
Oh.
It's usually wholesome unless I'm on it, and I'm going to try real hard to keep it as wholesome as I can today.
You know what, Stanley? If you go back and listen to our last episode, you are 100% wholesome.
It's pretty good, huh?
It was great.
Yeah. Okay.
But the one time that you slipped, I was able to edit it out, so it's as if nobody knows, except they know now.
Sorry.
But I thought you were going to say, so we have actually a couple of corrections from our last episode that we should address right away.
All right. Yes, that's true.
We said that John Buechler directed Dolls, and he did not direct Dolls.
Not true. No, he didn't.
Do you know what movie he directed instead of Dolls?
It's Trolls.
Troll.
Excuse me. Troll.
Yeah, the first Troll movie that they then made the incredibly, insanely popular sequel to.
It's
Troll 2.
so much better.
I've never seen Troll 1. Is it bad?
I mean, it's not great, but it's fun. It's fun if you go into it with with an open mind. I mean, as a movie, it's technically better than the second one. Nothing is worse than Troll 2. Troll 2 is regarded as one of the worst movies ever made.
But I recently saw Troll 2 for the first time, and I've mentioned this on the podcast. I was very, very surprised at how entertaining it is from a story-wise point of view.
Oh, it's a joy.
Yeah.
It's a joy, yeah.
It's not like one of those like really horrible movies that's just so bad that you just kind of have fun watching it. It's just a low-budget movie with subpar acting and such, but it's actually a really good story, and I was invested in the characters.
I believe it. And I mean, it's funny because that movie used to scare me when I was little. Like all those little rubber masks and stuff, like all that stuff used to scare me as a kid when they showed that on HBO.
Oh, little Stanley.
Yeah, little fat Stanley.
Oh, no. Beautiful.
True. It's fine.
Beautiful Stanley boy.
As well. Thank you.
One other correction, though. I mentioned that Jason killed Russell with an axe uppercut, and you said that he killed him with a machete, and you were correct, Stanley.
I was correct. I mean, I did believe you. You know, when you had said that it was an axe, I was right there.
In my head, it was like one of those things. What do they call it? The Mandela effect. You mentioned it last episode.
I did.
Mandela effects.
Yes, and it's the same thing because Jason uses such a variety of gardening tools to where and they're all the same. Tomato.
Manhattan.
Vancouver.
Now, Stanley, before we move on, there are some questions I want to ask you. We have a listener who commented on one of our episodes on Spotify. He asked 5 questions, but a couple of them have to do with Jason and Friday the 13th. So Andrew and I answered these, and they're going to be on our next episode. But I wanted to ask you these questions for this episode. And everybody who's listening to this will know that Andrew and I are going to answer the same questions in our next episode. So, Stanley, you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
Number one, these are 5 questions.
Oh
Number
my
one,
gosh.
what is your top 5 favorite versions of Jason Voorhees?
Okay, I'm going to say Jason Goes to Hell. I'm going to say Friday 3, because I think he's really fast and I just think he's scary in Friday the 3. I don't know why. And then I'll say Friday 2 with the bag over his head. I will say there's 5 of them or 4?
5.
5.
You can say as many as you want.
Oh gosh. And then I think I'm gonna say the remake, Jason, the reboot, because again, really, really fast and like ferocious. And then the Friday 7, because I think, and that's not in any particular order, I don't think. Because now that I think about it, the Friday 7 Jason is really like, you got that exposed spine and you got like all those really great special effects and yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Number 2, if there is a horror movie you wanted to rewatch, which one would it be?
Any horror movie that I would want to rewatch? Oh gosh, probably
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery.
Oh,
I
okay.
always find something new, and it's just it's so beautiful. It's just such a beautifully done movie, even though it's so sad and depressing.
Okay, number 3, what is your opinion on Nika figurines?
Wait, I'm so sorry. What is a Nika figurine?
The Nika figures that they sell at Target.
Oh, wait. Okay, yes. So I think I didn't know that that's how it was pronounced. I don't mind them. I collect like those Toonie Terrors. You know what I mean? Like I have a couple of those, and I also have not a lot of them, but I have those. What are those called? Those Pop Funkos. Like I have like a Gage Creed Pop Funko and Carrie and whatever. So
Yeah.
Great. I love those little toy things.
Okay. Number 4,
Yeah.
do you believe that Stu is alive after the events of Scream? Now, before you answer this, you've seen Scream 7, so
I have.
if that contains a spoiler, we can skip to question number 5.
Oh no, without spoiling anything, I live in a world where I don't really care about Stu. So the end.
Okay. Great. And finally, number 5, who would win in a fight? All of the Scream killers versus Jason Voorhees.
All of the Scream killers versus Jason Voorhees. Well, this is I'm gonna say Jason, but also like if you take the Scream 5 and Scream 6 killers, they're like Woodsboro amplified, I called them, and they're like kind of like they're really hard to kill. I don't know. I would say Jason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees for sure.
Has everyone checked in?
No. Jim Miller and Susie Donaldson never showed up, and I'm more than a little concerned.
Well, don't be. They probably decided to explore each other rather than New York.
Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, was released on July 28th, 1989. It was written and directed by Rob Hedden, and it stars Kane Hodder, back as Jason Voorhees, Jensen Daggett as Rennie, Peter Mark Richmond as Charles McCulloch, Ace as Toby the dog, Scott Reeves as Sean, Kelly Hugh as Ava, Charlene Martin as Tamara, Saffron Henderson as JJ, Martin Cummins as Wayne, and V.C. Dupree as Julius.
Yay.
Stanley,
Yes.
without spoilers, let's talk about what we thought of Jason Takes Manhattan. So, what did you think of this movie, buddy?
So I feel like there has to come a point in a franchise where they just decide it's time to have fun and go off the rails. And I thought that was Jason Lives, right? Like I thought that was where they decided it was a good time to do that. But then they decided Jason Takes Manhattan was the one. I don't know. There's a lot to unpack here because it really doesn't have much to do with Manhattan. I think it's very misleading, and I think that's the problem. that I have with it. I think that had it had nothing really to do with New York, it probably would have been a bit better for me. I had fun with it. I mean, again, it's another Jason movie, and it's got fun kills, and it's fun, but it's just a lagger for me. I don't know. I just wish that they spent more time in New York. I took some little notes as far as like time frames go, and they literally spend 3 minutes in New York.
Well, let's be fair. That's 3 minutes in like Times Square. But
well, yeah, but like I mean, outside of the restaurant.
When does the boat land at the docks?
1 hour into no. They get to New York. That you see the Statue of Liberty 1 hour into the movie.
Okay, so you still have like 40 minutes left.
Yeah, but they don't really. I mean, they're just like walking around alleys and.
Yeah, that's New York, man.
I mean, I guess so. Yes, okay.
You just want landmarks.
I wouldn't have minded landmarks. I did appreciate that really iconic Jason looking around at all the buildings in Times Square. I thought that was really cool. But yeah.
Well, anyway, we're not spoiling yet.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry.
So
that's all. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
That's something that so wait, let me ask you this then. Second viewing of the movie. You didn't like it any more than the first, knowing
I had more fun the second time.
All right.
Yeah, the second time I watched it, and I even watched it a third time because it's just like the third time it's like I'm just laughing so much. Like it's just like, oh, there's so much camp and there's so much absurdity to it. Mm-hmm. It's like the writer and director, I don't feel like they watched any of the films prior to it, especially the one right before it. I don't feel like there's a lot of continuity as far as how Jason gets to where he is in the last film and how we bring him back. And I don't know.
We'll get further deeper into all this, but I've said this many times that Jason Takes Manhattan is my favorite of the original 10.
You have.
So I was curious, because this is actually, I think, the second time I've seen the movie. I was lucky in that the first time I saw it, I had heard from many people that most of the movie doesn't take place in New York, and that it is misleading as a title. So I was prepared for that, and I think that's why I was able to have fun with it the first time I saw it.
Sure.
This time, I still had a lot of fun with it. I did recognize more how bad I feel some of the movie is. Like, it's very cheap feeling at times and hokey and stuff like that. I recognized that this time. I recognized the editing. I recognized a lot of that, but I still had fun. I don't know if it's my favorite anymore.
I can see, and that's how I felt with watching part 7 the last time.
Yeah.
Is I had regarded it as like a pretty high, pedestal in the series, and then it just kind of fell off this last time. Like I was looking forward to moving on after this last time. Like I had more fun with part 8 though, as opposed to part 7. So it's interesting. It's interesting how this series kind of bends you along the journey.
I almost have fun with this movie the way I do with Troll 2, Like, it reminds me of that in a way, because there are parts of this movie that are really cheap and kind of not well made. I don't want to say bad, because that's opinion, but what's not an opinion, what's objective, is how low budget some of the stuff is.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are just confusing as far as the script goes. Yeah. And there's a lot of things that are confusing as far as timeline and the Jason stuff goes. Like,
well, we'll get into that. That. This is non-spoiler. So, but that's it. That is what we think of the movie initially. And now it's time, everybody, for our spoiler warning. So from here on out, if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to know anything about it, this is the point of no return. This is where you can pause the podcast and come back after you've seen the movie. However, there are some things that even we would like to know before we get into a movie. These are our trigger warnings. They're inspired, of course, by the website doesthedogdie.com. So, we'll let you know about those things first before we get into all the rest of the spoilers. Stanny, Stanley. I still call you Stanley because of your YouTube channel. Stanley,
It works.
are there any animals in Jason Takes Manhattan?
There are animals in Jason Takes Manhattan.
Do any of them die?
I would say, I guess one kind of dies.
Yeah, and I think we can say it's just a fake dead rat.
Yeah, it's not as upsetting as one might think.
Yeah. So other than that, all the animals are fine. So that means it's time for the 3-minute recap, Stanley. I'm going to roll my virtual lucky 20-sided die that happens to be orange.
Lucky.
And when you tell me to stop, if it stops on an odd number, you're going to do the 3-minute recap. And if it stops on an even number, I will be doing it.
Terrific.
So you just tell me when to stop, buddy.
I'm going to tell you to stop right now.
It's a 9. You're doing it.
Oh, my
Again.
God. I had to do like a 9 as a prime. No, it's not. Oh, okay, wait. Oh, I've never been good at math.
It's okay.
All right.
As we know, Stanley, I've talked to the creators of Jason Takes Manhattan, and unfortunately, it's been a while since the movie, so Toby the dog is not around anymore, probably. But Toby has offspring, and they figured that you don't have enough dogs, so if you don't come in under 3 minutes, they're going to send you all of Toby's offspring. So you're going to have more dogs to take care of.
This sounds lovely.
So
I don't know. I don't know. I might go 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
If you go over 3 minutes, we're also going to send you to New York. So,
oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
whenever you're ready.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Okay, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. We open on Crystal Lake, as most Friday the 13th do, with two not-so-teenagers doing sexy time and telling ghost stories about Jason, and they are subsequently killed by Jason, who was resurrected from the lake by an anchor and electrical currents, as Jason usually is. Then we are taken to a boat that is holding all these high school graduates who are going to New York. And one of them is a teenager named Rennie who has a dog, and she is suffering from traumatic stress disorder from a water incident that took place a really long time ago that we don't learn about until the end of the movie. But she has a friend in one of the teachers who is on board with her. Did I mention that she has a dog, Toby? Toby's her dog. That's her service dog. And she has a boyfriend who's terrible. He's such a terrible actor, but he's doing Young and the Restless. He went on to do Young and the Restless for such a long time. So that's Scott Reeves. And there's a 1,000 people in this movie, just like any other Friday movie. So there's I don't know if he's a teacher or a principal or what, but it's her uncle or her guardian. I'm not entirely sure. It's her guardian, I think. Yes. So this Rennie's guardian doesn't want her to go on this trip because he thinks that she's just mentally unhinged. But alas, she goes on this boat, and they are just trekking across the Crystal Lake to get onto the ocean to take them to New York because this is geographically correct. Jason has somehow managed to get onto this boat and slash up all of these teenagers in gruesome ways, including but not limited to guitars smashing into skulls, glass shards stabbing into naked bodies. It gets really messy. And then finally, after an hour or so, we end up, I think the ship sinks. I can't, I think that they get off the boat, and there's only a few left, and they end up getting to New York via canoe, basically. They get to New York, and Jason has somehow managed to get to New York via water. He has swam there. He has followed Rennie and her guardian and the teacher and her boyfriend and Julius, who's like the boxer of his graduating class, and is chasing them around New York. And then there's a really strange scene where two criminals accost them and take Rennie and inject her full of drugs and attempt to assault her. But then Jason shows up and kills him, of course. And then he disposes of everybody else. And then there's this wild scene where he's on a roof with Julius, and Julius thinks that he can box Jason to death, but he doesn't because nobody can kill Jason. And then we end up in Times Square for 3 minutes and 5 seconds. And Jason is just wandering around Times Square. And then we're in the sewer. We end up in the sewer because, of course, the water just kind of ends up being released into the sewer for some reason or another, and Jason is maskless at this point, and he doesn't look anything like he used to. He's just like a goofy looking cartoon, and he's gurgling water out of his mouth before the water even gets to him. And there's flashbacks of little dead Jason throughout this entire thing, but like ultimately right here especially. And then he dies, and his mask is floating in the water in the sewer. And then Rennie and her ugly boyfriend and Toby are all reunited in Times Square. That's the end of Jason Takes Manhattan.
That was wonderful. That was definitely just under 3 minutes.
You're welcome. And I'm excited for these dogs. Oh, wait, no.
No, you don't get the dogs. You don't have to go to New York.
Oh, God. Okay.
So
I wasn't sweating.
now, Stanley, let's also find out what Andrew thought of Friday the 13th, Part 8.
Oh, yes.
Friday the 13th, Part 8 is a bit of a wild ride. I love that it's advertised as, Jason in New York the whole time, but really it's only a tiny part of that movie. But those parts are great. I mean, he punches a guy's head off. He kicks I love the moment where he kicks the boombox, and the group that's there, like, listening to music, like, looks at him and then, like, ready to fight or whatever, and he, like, lifts his mask up, and they all just back off. It's such 80s cheese. I know you're going to talk about this, Scotty, at some point during this podcast episode, but the song at the beginning is such an awesome song and very 80s. It's just a good time. 8 feels to me like Halloween 3 feels to society as well, where it kind of got this bad rep, but has grown with people. And people began to love it a lot more. So I love 8 for that reason. It seemed like it kind of had that rep of like, it wasn't the best movie, or it wasn't the best in the series. But then over time, just like Halloween 3, people started loving on it and started seeing the good in it and how fun it was and how ridiculous it was. So yeah, I love that movie. I think there's definitely so much cheese in this movie, but in the best way. So enjoy. Thanks, guys, for having me on, and have fun. Love you both. Bye.
And there you have it. That's what Andrew thought of Friday the 13th, Part 8. But I have so many questions, and this is going to be
a lot of questions.
Wonderful. First of all, the only thing I am going to deem to correct you on is that you said the movie opens on Crystal Lake.
Uh-oh.
It opens on the best scene in the entire movie, which is the montage of New York. And all we see all the locations that we're going to see later in the movie, and the greatest song in 80s movie history is playing, The Darkest Side of the Night by Metropolis.
Okay. I did notice this time around that we do see all of the scenes that we do get at the end of the movie. And I never noticed that until this time around. And I was like, wait, they really had to incorporate all this at the end. They had to really fill in the New York stuff.
Do you love that song too, or is it just me?
It's good. It's good. I like this opening because it's so different than all the other ones. They really give you that New Line Cinema feel. Paramount's going for it.
Maybe it's because this movie came out after the 80s had already done their thing. This is 1989. But this movie feels more 80s to me than any other Friday the 13th movie.
I can see why. The clothing style, especially. The lead actress has got some wild clothing choices. The hair for all the women specifically is pretty wild as well.
But that song. So I did not see this movie until like 2014, I think it was.
Oh,
that was the first time I saw Jason Takes Manhattan. Even though, Stanley, I'm going to take you a little bit further back.
I love it.
Young Scotty, when Stanley may not have even been born, young Scotty had the banned movie poster The one with Jason tearing through the I Love New York symbol.
Yeah.
Which, did you know that poster was banned back in the day?
No. Why would that be banned?
Because the city of New York did not want their beloved I Love New York symbol. Like, that was iconic, that
Sure.
I heart NY. That was iconic, and they did not want it tainted, or they didn't want it, people to think of Jason when they saw it.
Well, they can rest assured that all he does in New York is kick a radio.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
now you can find that poster online,
Oh, of course.
But what's weird to me is that even though I didn't see the movie until 2014, this movie feels more nostalgic to me than any other movie. And normally that's because I remember watching it when I was a kid, but obviously I don't. I just get that feeling. The beginning of the movie is so 80s to me, and I just freaking love it. I
like
love that song. And I think the song itself is Fred Mullen. It's some band that he was a part of. Maybe he put together for the movie. I can't remember, but I believe Fred Mullen is part of Metropolis, and they did the song. That may be him singing even. So
I didn't know that. And he's the one who did all the music for this entry,
Correct.
Isn't he? Okay, cool. This is the only one that Manfredini sat out of.
Which I sat down and listened to on vinyl. I have the soundtrack to this on vinyl, and I listened to it afterwards, and yeah, I still enjoy it. There's something about it I do like. They don't have the kick, ma, ma, ma on the soundtrack, yet there's some kind of sound effects that they use in the movie to resemble that.
Right.
Do you remember? Yeah, like right at the beginning.
I feel like I
I
was going to say, I feel like I heard it at one point or another.
But since it's just sound effects, it's not part of the actual score, you won't hear it on the soundtrack album.
Okay.
So now you usually know a lot about the makings of these movies.
On occasion.
What do you know about this one?
Oh, gosh. On this one, what do I know about this one? I just know that this one I feel like this one had like one of the smaller budgets out of a lot of them, and that it was one of the weaker performing ones at the box office.
Oh.
Yeah, like I think people were bored of it at this point. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know all that much about this one. I just know that there's not a lot of entries in this series that are written and directed by the same person. And I know that the writer and director is the same guy.
So he did a very good commentary. It's interesting to hear these directors of the movies that weren't received as well, because there is a certain pride that they have in them. But one thing even he regrets is that he had so much more planned in the script for this movie. The plan was to get Jason to New York very quickly, and for a lot of stuff to happen in New York. He had stuff happening on the Brooklyn Bridge, the Empire State Building.
Oh my.
The fight between him and Julius was supposed to take place inside Madison Square Garden.
I knew that.
Okay.
I did know that. Yes, I heard about that on the making of. But I mean, how ambitious. Like, and how could that, gosh, have even been done? Any of that.
With a budget. If Paramount had had faith in it, this could have been a much better movie, and it would have done much better.
Very true. Very true. I wonder what that would have been like, honestly. I mean, they end up taking Jason to space.
Exactly.
They couldn't have sent him to New York properly.
Stanley, I spent the summer of '89 here in LA. This is before I moved to LA. And there were Batman symbol billboards all over the place because of the 1989 Batman movie.
That's
Did
awesome.
you see the Batman billboard in Times Square at the beginning of the movie?
Not that I remember, but I did see a random scribbling of Jason Lives on the subway while they were being chased in the subway.
Yeah, they did that. But no, there's a Batman billboard at the beginning, and it just makes me smile.
Oh, I love that.
You also said, Stanley, some not so attractive two people at the beginning of the movie. Did you say that?
Not so teenage.
Oh, not so teenage. Okay, so that's another question I have then. But we'll get on to that. Did you? I thought they were attractive.
Oh, I did too.
And I thought they were better actors than most of the people in the movie.
I will agree with you. I actually really liked the girl at the beginning. I thought that she was good. I thought that the way she died was super campy as well. I think that the opening is really fun. I think the opening's fun. I love that the story of Jason is being told again. And I feel like I've seen that guy in some sort of teen movie in the early 90s. I just can't remember what it was. Oh, maybe it was Fear. I feel like he was in Fear in 1996 with Reese Witherspoon. I might be making that up though.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway.
I didn't write anything down for Jimmy, so.
Oh, was that his name? I didn't even know his name.
It was a character's name, Jimmy and Susie.
Jimmy and Susie. I'm like, I don't even know his name. That's going to bother me. I'm going to have to figure that out.
Do you think that if that many volts were passed through that electrical cable or whatever that revived Jason, do you think they also would have electrocuted and killed all the sea life in that lake?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot more would have happened. I mean, was it me or were like the lights going off around in the cabins as well? Was Crystal Lake open? Like
I think the cabins, yeah, they were going off.
I don't understand why they were at Crystal Lake. I don't understand proximity.
Because they were leaving from close to Crystal Lake, because Crystal Lake is up there. It is up in the northeast.
Okay.
So I don't think it's super far from New York.
Right. It's in like in the Jersey, Maine-ish area.
Something like
there
that.
in the bay.
I could be talking out my butt right now. I mean,
no, I think that tracks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard that that's where Crystal Lake is supposed to be.
I feel like that makes sense.
And these were two people that were getting ready to go on this cruise to New York the next morning.
Right.
And they figured they'd have a night to themselves on this little houseboat. You said that they were high school graduates. I kind of got that they were just on a class field trip type cruise and they were young school goers.
I thought that school was over. I was under the impression that school was over because I just got the vibe that everybody was doing, I don't know, like when she gives her the pen, like the teacher gives Rennie the pen and she's like, oh, Stephen King used this pen, like this is for your future. Like I just got the vibe that people are moving on with their lives and school's over. And like, why are you taking a boat as a field trip to New York? That's a big field trip. I don't know.
No, you know what? With our track record, you're probably correct because it definitely did have that vibe. But I always get this feeling that, and I think we mentioned it in our last episode, that the young people in these movies are not high school age people. They're young adults, very young,
yeah.
Like 19, 18, 19, 20. So that's why I kind of got the feeling that they were kind of college age kids that were in maybe a junior college or something.
Oh, and they very well could have been graduating like a college year as well. I'm not entirely sure.
Possibly. I don't know. You know what? We could just look it up.
We could.
Stanley, you were absolutely correct as usual. It's a graduating high school class. What's the high school?
Lakeview High School.
There we go. So,
ironic.
Okay. Well, there we go. So they're right on the cusp of adulthood, I guess, or young adulthood.
Adulthood. And also I was right. That guy was in Fear.
Oh, very good.
I just did a quick search and he's done like nothing else.
What was his name?
His name was, oh no, I lost it. Where'd it go? His name is Todd Caldecott.
Oh, there you go.
Todd Caldecott. Looks exactly the same in Fear.
Here's another question I have, and we're sticking with the beginning here with Jimmy and Susie.
Oh,
when Jimmy comes out with the hockey mask on, why do you think it has the slit, the Friday the 13th Part 3 axe wound in the mask? Did you notice that?
Wait, like the red?
Yeah, it's the hockey mask. Well, no,
right.
The actual so remember at the end of 3?
Yeah.
When Jason gets the axe in the head and it creates the notch in his mask that you see throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah. I didn't notice.
This isn't supposed to be Jason's actual mask. It was destroyed in 7.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So has Jason just become such a legend around that area that they've created fake Jason masks complete with the axe notch.
I mean, we never got that movie.
What movie?
That movie.
Well, that movie was the beginning of this movie.
Well, yeah, but that would have been nice to hear like a, about masks that had been made and about how this is part of the folklore, and that would be great. So wait, am I remembering correctly? This is where Jason gets this mask. Is the opening of this movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Jimmy pulls out this mask pretending he's Jason, and then
that's right.
Jason kills him and takes the mask.
At the end, I know I'm jumping, but when he shows his mask to the kids in New York and the noise it makes when he takes his mask off and then when he puts it back on, I love it.
Okay, next question. Is Charles McCulloch the worst character in any Friday the 13th movie?
I think he's very Jafar-like. So I would say yes.
I actually like Jafar, though.
Oh, wow.
And in the live action, Jafar is hot.
I will agree with you. Yeah, I mean, he's just like, it's just so terrible. It's so terrible what he does. And when, I don't know, like it's unforgivable. And what's interesting is that she has blocked it out so severely. Like that incident has traumatized her so badly. And I was thinking about it after watching it this last time, and it's like, that tracks. I think that learning how to swim and not being able to swim, that kind of stuff is really heavy. And I don't think I'm a good swimmer.
And being pulled under the water by a kid?
By a kid, yeah. And being told that Jason is probably going to be the one that will pull you under if you can't be the one to swim. For context, I mean, I know people know what we're talking about, but...
We're talking about the flashback that she eventually remembers at the end of the movie of what Charles did to her.
While staring into a puddle of burning gasoline.
Yes, exactly. Where she sees a boat going across a lake in the puddle, which is actually a cool shot.
I like that shot a lot, but this is all induced by being, shot up with bright green cocaine.
Right. I just figured it was heroin.
Oh, he said Kane. We got to get more Kane. We're out.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's nuts, man.
Oh, wow. Which, okay, maybe that's another reason this movie feels more 80s to me, because this movie introduces cocaine to the Friday the 13th series, right?
I think it might. I want to say it might have shown up earlier, but I think I'm wrong in that it just showed up on the set or maybe behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think we've only seen weed.
There's definitely weed and so many of them.
But no, like, actual cocaine, and then the girls on the boat pull it out, and they're like,
field.
I know, but it's so great. I love it.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, wow.
It's so much fun.
They're really partying on this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. And then what's funny is in the deleted scene, I'm sure you saw it, they actually do it.
Yes.
And in this one, they trim it and they don't show us them actually doing it. And so you don't really, you kind of are just left with the idea that maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But man, and then they push her in the water to make sure she obviously did not care that they did or didn't do it. She just wants to find her dog.
We're jumping all over the place here. So,
I know, sorry.
I mean, we're jumping from the flashback to Kelly Hugh and the other girl doing cocaine. And when we say push her in the water, they come out, and the prom queen girl type girl, she pushes Rennie into the water as they're on a moving cruise ship. Yeah, I was like, really? That's not nice. Luckily in this movie world, the boat seemingly just doesn't move at that point. It's just staying still.
It just comes to a stop. But yeah, no, it's hard to not jump around because this movie is erratic. This movie is just so it's really nutter butter. It's got a lot of stuff happening. I mean, when you consider the part with the girl who wants to have the guy videotape her little rock and roll segment down.
Oh yeah, JJ.
Yeah, I love this character and I love that whole part, and I wish that we had more of that girl getting chased around the bowels of the ship. I thought that was really cool. It just reminded me of Boiler Room Freddy stuff.
Although this is the beginning, and this was a purposeful choice from the director and the movie makers. This is where we see Jason teleporting.
Oh my God.
And his reasoning behind it is just because he just thought it would be kind of disconcerting. You know, you're kind of, I don't know. He didn't really give a good reason, but it bothers me because Jason's coming down the stairs and then she runs away from him, goes down a flight of stairs to another level, and suddenly Jason's in front of her.
You know when it really bothered me was when Kelly Hughes' character is in that dance sequence. I mean, not the dance sequence, but in the dance hall or whatever. And then everywhere she looks, he's in like every entryway. I just don't understand the Raiden-esque quality like that. Like, I get that Jason is, you know, unkillable, and I get that we have to suspend our belief in a lot of areas here, but the teleporting thing is another level. Like, especially when that other character is climbing, whatever you call it, climbing that thing.
Yeah.
And then Jason is at the bottom, and then all of a sudden he's at the top, and then pulls him down, and then he gets impaled. It's just all over the place.
It made me think of the Friday the 13th video game. Did you ever watch anybody play it or play it?
So we have it, and we have both tried to play it, and then I just get frustrated very quickly, and I end up going around in circles, and, you know, just it's not good for me. So I will watch Alex play, and he has better luck with it.
Well, in that video game, you can teleport as Jason.
Oh, can
like,
you?
There's like a power
that.
where you can like move from one place to another quickly. It's like one of Jason's powers. And I feel like this is the main movie where they get it from, because I mean, sure, in other movies, he's kind of moved faster than he should be, especially if he's just walking and somebody else is running. It was very strange.
It begs the question. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, and then the boat, the thing you mentioned, you know, they get off the boat or the ship and they paddle their little paddle boat to New York. And then Jason's there.
Yeah.
And the only thing I could think of was that Jason was hanging on to the bottom of the paddle boat.
That's exactly what Alex said. He was like, what is happening here? Like, what? But also, did he maybe just teleport? Like, maybe he was just like, bang, bang.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
And that's another thing. When you're in the sewers, he's at one end of the tunnel. Like, why don't you just blink and then end up at the other end of the tunnel? Like, what's going on here? Like,
yeah. I like nobody could see it, but Stanley did this little tap on his forehead when he went bing. Bing.
Oh,
that's how Jason teleports. He goes bing, bing, and taps himself on the forehead.
I was laughing out loud so many times in this movie, and also Alex refers to this movie as the one with Chucky's mom in it.
That's not Chucky's mom, though.
I know, but she looks so much like her, doesn't she?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Anyway, I just had to throw that in there.
So Scott Reeves, you don't think he's a good actor?
Oh, man. He's just not.
And you don't think he's good looking?
Not at all. Well, and I think that may have been the only thing he had going for him in this film. But it's just, it's hard to watch him because he's not a very good actor, in my opinion. And it makes it difficult because if there were good actors in this particular film, they make him look even worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
And it, like, I did a deep dive on his social media afterward because I remembered that I was a big Young and the Restless kid growing up because my mom watched it. So I watched that and I watched Days of Our Lives. It wasn't really by choice, you know, but I ended up latching on to a lot of the characters because my mom, my sister, and my grandma watched it. So Scott Reeves was a character on Young and the Restless, and his wife, Melissa Reeves, was on Days of Our Lives. So after watching this the second time, I did like a Google search on both of them. Big Trump supporters. And that hurt. You know what I mean? Because I actually did like
Scott Reeves
growing up. Yeah. And that sucks. And he does like the con circle. But I really liked Melissa Reeves a lot growing up. She played Jen Horton on Days of Our Lives. But yeah, and that makes them, you know, just not 10 times less attractive.
Well, what about Jensen Daggett?
I don't know much about her, but as far as this series goes, I don't think she's the one.
I think she's lovely. I think she's beautiful.
Oh, I think she's really nice to look at. I just don't think I just don't think that she and this isn't just in this one. I think Jason Goes to Hell as well. It's the same kind of thing. I just don't think she has that final girl quality. I don't know.
Okay.
Larpar Lincoln definitely did. I think she was
For sure.
like out the roof. I loved it. And I think in Jason Lives, even the girl who played Jennifer was really good. She was a little exaggerated to some degree, but anything before this, I just don't think that Jensen Daggett was able to carry the movie that well.
You know what? We've done 8 of these movies now.
Yeah.
This is our 8th of these. And I know last episode, Lar Park Lincoln, I said she might be my favorite final girl.
Yeah.
Jenny, though. Jenny from part 2, right? That's her name?
Yeah.
Jenny?
I think, yeah, Jenny. She's the most self-sufficient out of the bunch for sure. And I think she's the one who has the most like common sense. So yeah, I think that she probably
she put on his mom's sweater to fool him. That was brilliant.
She wasn't a victim either. She didn't victimize herself at all. Like she just like kept going and kept going and kept going. And Alice did that, but you know, Alice didn't get the opportunity to really redeem herself in part 2.
Yeah, I like Alice, but anyway.
Jenny's good though. Yeah.
We're not here to talk about Friday the 13th, 1, 2, and 7. What did you think of Deckhand?
Oh, this is the version of Crazy Ralph.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah.
They don't even give him a name. They just call him Deckhand.
I kind of dug that they had their own version of a Crazy Ralph. You know, like if you don't have one, make one up. Like it kept the story going. It's whatever. You know, like whatever. If you're gonna do it, just do it. And it keeps the story going.
But give the poor guy a name.
Why?
Because look, we know Crazy Ralph from 1 and 2. We know Crazy Ralph.
We do.
Nobody talks about Deckhand.
No one talks about Deckhand, but it also, I don't feel like a lot of people talk about this one. Maybe they will now. Maybe we'll bring this one back to life for a minute.
Very true. Very true, Stanley.
Yes.
What did you think of young Jason looking different in every single scene?
Okay, so aside from it not taking place in New York, like almost at all, this would be my second biggest problem with the movie. Was just the visions of young Jason didn't need to be in the film at all to me. So him looking different in every shot was just, it was just insane. And I actually felt bad for the boy actor because I know that it was the son of the producer. Is that
editor? I think it was the editor.
But I just felt so bad because he just looked miserable in every shot. He just looked miserable. He looked like he just didn't want to be there. He's like half naked. He's like shivering in every shot. Like I'm like, this poor boy. Like, I felt bad.
So I think on my third viewing, which would be my second this time. By the way, I had a Jason Takes Manhattan day because the week that we were supposed to watch this movie, I got a nose cold. I was a little bit sick. And the day that my nose cold was at its peak, I decided this is the perfect day to just watch Jason Takes Manhattan all afternoon.
Hell yeah.
I had already watched it once for enjoyment. I sat there. I watched it once to take notes. And then as soon as it ended, I put it right back on with the director's commentary and watched it again.
I love it.
And then I watched all of the bonus features. I decided not to watch. There's a commentary, I believe, with Kane Hodder, Scott Reeves, and Jensen Daggett. And I did not listen to that one.
I was also a little disappointed with, I love Kane Hodder, but I don't feel like this Jason was any better than any of the Jasons before or any of the Jasons after. Like, I think his rendition of Jason before this was just fine. I thought it was excellent. And I think the Jason after this is great. And I know that there's like a lot of shape shifting in the next one, but this one just seemed like they threw like a bunch of water on him and they put a garbage bag over him and they just told him to, stomp around. I just didn't feel like there was like even like a menacing aspect about him on for this one. I don't know.
I don't think that was completely his fault, though. I think they didn't give him as much to do. I think it was how he was directed and such.
Okay.
You know, and of course, you mentioned his mask, quote unquote.
Yeah.
His face at the end of the movie when he takes off the hockey mask is just such a step down.
I mean, especially from the last one.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Like, it was like such a cheaper version of what they did in the last one. And
yeah.
You saw the deleted scenes. There was this weird moment at the end when the little kid Jason is supposed to be stuck in big Jason's mouth.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff that they were trying to do with that little Jason stuff that just didn't work, man. Like, I don't know.
And I think the worst for me, okay, what I was going to say, Stanley, I keep jumping around. What I was going to say is, as I continued to watch the movie, I started to feel like what they were attempting to do was make Jason, little Jason, in every scene look a little more waterlogged, as if he'd been under the water longer and longer. And I don't think they achieved that. I think it made him look inconsistent and bad, like really bad special effects and such.
I know what you mean, because Alex and I had the same conversation too when we watched it last, because I see what you mean, but I think that they got it out of order. You know what I mean?
Something like that.
Yeah, because there's like one scene where he looks normal, and then in another scene he's completely missing all of his hair and like part of his face is distorted, and then in another scene there's that, but then he has more hair.
Yeah. The worst was when he's in her room and he's got like the green slime.
Oh yeah.
His fake eye looked just like they glued a marble onto his cheek. It was just so cheap and bad looking.
Yeah, there was like a lot of last minute things and maybe that was it. Maybe like a lot of that was just like afterthought stuff. They're like, oh, we gotta rush this in for filler. And this movie's an hour and 40 minutes long.
Yeah, I think it's the longest so far.
Yeah, so I don't know why they felt it was appropriate.
Yeah, I don't know. It
squish these things in for filler.
It's stuff like this that, you know, I don't know. I still love the movie. That's the thing I was trying to decide as I watched this again, and I was like, oh, this stuff is so awful. The stuff they do. Kane Hodder is not being put to good use. The special effects makeup doesn't look as good. You know, all this stuff. And of course, they ran into the MPAA stuff where they had gorier kills, but they weren't allowed to do them.
It's so unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. They weren't able to do as much of the movie in New York, but there's something about this movie that I just have such a good time with. Maybe it's also the fact that Kelly Hu is in it.
Oh, she's gorgeous, huh?
I do love Kelly Hu. And
oh, she's so beautiful.
I get so sad when she dies.
It's just so vicious, too. The way that she's thrown down like that. Oh, man. And I think it's I don't think there's any blood in that death. I think
there isn't.
Completely bloodless, but it's the sound design and the way that she's just tossed. Ooh.
I believe the director said that was actually one of his favorite kills because of how good the stunt is. And he says the thing that makes this scene is when Jason throws her on the ground and the way she just hits the floor like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just Jason holding her up and choking her. And the director did talk about the challenges of finding new ways to kill these kids because of how many movies have come before it. Like, how many different ways can you have Jason kill a teenager?
You think the list is endless when you start these things, you know what I mean? But the list is not endless. But I think that they did a pretty good job in this one. I mean, that
we have Death by Guitar.
I really like that one. The aftermath is good.
We have the hot rock from the sauna just plunged into the guy's chest.
Also really good. And it's all about that sound, man. The sizzling that it's making when, ooh, yeah.
And that was a scene that was thrown into the movie later. They needed more kills in the movie, I guess. So.
Oh, really? I didn't realize. Okay.
Okay, I got something for you, Stanley.
Yeah.
Since you love Scott Reeves and his character Sean, what did you think of their kiss near the end of the movie? Did you notice anything weird about it?
I mean, when you're putting me on the spot like this, I feel like I definitely should have.
There is this thing that he does when he kisses her where he does like this like chewing motion with his jaw as he's kissing her. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
I'm going to have to go back and look because I definitely missed it. All I knew is that he's just like, he's prettier than her. Like in the entire time, it looks like he's just very awkward and uncomfortable. It's the same thing with, well, Kevin Spirtus is a better actor. So Kevin Blair or whatever he was going by in the last movie. And I feel like the character was actually good. I feel like this character was written pretty decently. And there was like a lot of development that could have happened, God forbid, for one of these characters.
Yeah.
But, oh man, it's just so thin. And he put this kid in peril, put him in peril. And I love it when he pushes, what's his name? The Guardian, McCullough? McCulloch, when he pushes him down and he's like, don't ever touch her or get away from her. And he's so serious. He has this big serious look on his face, and then it's amplified because it's wet. And that's like his one big serious moment.
Did you think he looked like a poor man's Luke Perry at all?
Oh, yeah, kind of. With less serious eyebrows.
Much less serious.
Much less serious eyebrows and not as cool of hair. Yeah, Luke Perry is a much different case.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
One of my favorite behind the scenes is that you never see the entire ship in a single shot.
Oh, that's neat.
The ship that they actually filmed on and the ship that they had for shooting was too small. If you saw that entire ship, you would have thought, oh, that's not big enough for everything we see happening in it.
I see.
They never showed the entire ship in a single shot because it would have given away the illusion that it's actually a big cruise ship.
Oh, wow. Movie magic is so fun.
I've got a couple of behind the scenes here, and a couple you probably know. This is one thing that I love because it's where the director writing the movie was actually trying to be a little bit more clever than it happened. But when Tamara and Kelly Hughes' character are doing cocaine,
yeah,
and she drops the mirror and breaks it, that was foreshadowing to how she was going to die.
Oh, no way. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like clever foreshadowing in the writing that the director's like, I'm going to foreshadow her death.
That's definitely on the nose. And that's really on the nose, especially for a Friday movie, because they're not that. These are not those movies.
Another funny thing is during the commentary, Rob, the director, he tells almost the exact same story about two of the actors. And the first is Susie, the girl who plays Susie at the beginning. And then, of course, the girl who plays Tamara. In both cases, he told almost the exact same story where he said that they weren't comfortable doing a nude scene and they were self-conscious about how they would look. And both times he said, he told them, no, you're beautiful. You are absolutely gorgeous. And it's not going to be on camera for long. It's going to be fine. It's just funny that he told the exact same story, but I know that you know the story about Charlene Martin, who played Tamara, where he actually took off his shirt and pulled his pants down a little bit and got in the shower and made an idiot of himself just to kind of lighten the mood on set and to make her feel more comfortable taking off her clothes.
Right. Yeah, and I think that that's really admirable, especially in scenes where women are nude, like fully nude, and have to die. I think that's nice, especially if the director's male as well, and there's a big crew around you. It's the nice thing to do. It's chivalry.
Yeah, and it's funny,
Yeah, it's a really brutal death.
Did you see they have a little snippet of that on the documentary or the behind the scenes
of him getting in the shower with her?
Yeah.
Oh no,
he's not. He's not in the shower with her.
Oh, just
he's in the shower and you can see his butt crack and everything. And
no, I didn't see that part.
He just got in before. He didn't get in with her, which is nice. Like,
okay,
he wasn't creepy about it from what I could tell.
Oh, good.
Did you see that the producers? Oh wait, he might have said this. I'm not sure, but the producers originally thought they didn't approach Kane Hodder about the movie.
I did. Yeah, they had went to somebody else, and he was the one that had to go to them. And
because
hey,
they thought he wouldn't have any interest in coming back.
And they had never, up until this point, had the same actor play Jason. This was the first time they had a repeat actor.
Right.
Yeah. And he would go on to do it 2 more times after this.
And the other fun thing that Kane said was about the boxing scene with Julius is that the stunt guy, the actual guy who knew how to box, knew how to pull his punches more. So when he would punch Kane, they were softer. And when Julius would do it,
they were harder.
Yeah. And he was like, man, I
like Julius. Julius was one of my favorite characters in the movie. I didn't have a lot of them. But I liked Julius. I thought Julius was fun.
That was one of my favorite moments, actually, when Julius is in the cabin, or whatever they call it, the cockpit, and he gets the other guys together to go get Jason, because we don't see that a lot. We don't see where they band together and they're like, we're gonna get this guy.
Oh yeah, and then McCulloch is telling him, "No, we're all staying here," and he's like, "School's out."
Yeah,
school's over or whatever.
School is out.
Yeah,
so good.
I love it.
And again, I hate McCulloch. Like, how could he just be a sourpuss about every little thing? Even when they land, when they row all the way to the docks, when Sean does everything for him and McCulloch doesn't even lift a paddle.
Oh, he's absolutely the worst character in this movie.
And they get to the docks, and the first thing he says is, "You could have landed us somewhere better."
Oh, and when they are being accosted by the criminals, and he's like, "Hey, don't touch her." And then the other one's like, "What are you going to do, Dad?" And then he just like recoils, and he's like, "Well, nothing."
Yeah, when Julius wants to go help, he's like, no.
Don't help her.
We need to split apart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then they spend the next 5 minutes all separated.
Yeah. Which
just
gets
wandering.
A couple of them killed.
Exactly.
I did love his death, though. I thought it was very appropriate for that kind of character.
I couldn't tell. And I think it was him, right? They say that it was him actually dunked in the slime. Or no,
it was a stunt person.
It was a stunt person? Okay.
Yeah.
I would have loved it if it was actually him.
Because I think it was either Kane or the director said that the stunt person was very, very impressive, because I think it was Kane, because Kane said, I was holding him in there for a while, and
he got all of it up of his nose.
But I think what Kane was saying is, I think the guy had a signal, like, let me up. And he just stayed under the water for the longest time and thrashed around like that and made it look good. So
yeah, I was worried about the guy's legs. I was watching the legs this last time, and I was like, gosh, that's really getting bent up.
Yeah, I think that's about the only other thing I have is that the waitress in New York, the woman behind the counter.
Welcome to New York.
That was Rob Hedden's sister.
I love it. And that's another thing that we see at the beginning.
Yeah.
Is her like kind of clean it up. I do like all the stuff that happens once we get to New York. Like I like it when they're running around trying to find help, but it's just so out there. Like it's so out there.
Yeah.
Like when they're on the subway, for instance, and they pull that brake, and then Jason falls down and then quickly stands back up, but they're already gone. Like they're already out the back door and setting up like their attack on him.
I love that I notice in that scene, by the way, because people have posted it online. I love that I notice how much overacting that one extra does, the girl that he bumps into.
Oh,
and when she falls back on the seat, but violently, and Jason like barely touched her.
It's the best. No, I know exactly what you're talking about. And she literally looks like he threw her out of a window.
Yeah. And I think my other favorite moment, and this is mainly because of the vinyl soundtrack that I have.
Yeah.
back when I got it, Waxwork Records did this amazing gatefold for it, and the cover is Jason's hockey mask looking through the porthole in Rennie's room. You know the part where he like breaks through and he like grabs her around the throat?
Yeah, that was on the back of all the VHSs.
Oh, it was?
I mean, that image from the film. I think you're talking about like an illustration.
Yeah. It's a beautiful illustration. And what's really cool is that the picture of Jason is on the insert that goes inside the gatefold.
Oh, right on.
So when you pull it out, you don't see anything through the cracked porthole, but when you put it in, you see Jason's face, and it's just so cool. So when Jason breaks through the porthole and grabs her, I always love that scene.
I also like that scene because I think those scenes are really good. Like, and I think those scenes are the ones that scared me when I was a kid. Were the ones like in her cabin. And I think that those are the ones that stuck with me a lot because when I would pass them in the video store and I would like flip the VHS over, that's the one you would see.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think there is, I don't know. I guess there's not enough of Jason in this movie. I wish that there was more Jason in this movie and more New York.
You wish there was a lot more of a lot of things in this movie.
I know, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad movie because I still like it.
Well, I'm tired of talking about it. Are you ready for 3 questions?
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
I'm just kidding. I'm not tired.
I'm always ready for 3 questions.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Stanley, question number 1, and this is a good one. What did you think was the best kill or death in Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan?
There is so many to choose from, and I'm going to have a hard time here, I think. I honestly think that it's just the simplicity of Kelly Hughes' death, of just being strangled like that, and it's just like the way that it's filmed and the sound design, like I had said earlier, and the way that she's thrown. However, I think that Tamara, that whole scene, and I think it's because that's the one time in the movie I jumped, is when she's leaning up against the door and then he breaks through and then throws her against the mirror and then all that. I think all that is really, really gruesome and terrible. And again, to die naked. Ugh.
I hate that too.
Yeah. Sorry. There's just so many good kills in this movie. There really is.
It's also really good stunt work. Whoever the stunt person is that Jason throws into the mirror.
Yeah.
Really well done.
Absolutely.
My favorite, however, is definitely Julius.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's everyone's favorite.
I know, but, and I didn't want to pick it because of that, but I just couldn't deny myself that is my favorite, especially the fact that Jason goes so far as to take his decapitated head and put it inside the police car.
That was really poetic, and that was not very Jason. Of Jason. And I was telling Alex that too. I was like, that's not something that Jason really would do. I'm surprised that he would decorate a police car with a body part.
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit because we've seen Jason display dead bodies plenty of times through the movies. Well, this is just the head.
Oh, well, I guess he did it with his mom's head.
Well, sure. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe it was a callback to his mom.
I guess it could be, huh?
I don't think it is at all.
I was really ready to agree.
But no, there's a lot of parts at the ends of these movies where the final girl is running around and she runs into all of her dead friends that Jason has put on display. So
this is true.
We have seen him display dead bodies. This just happened to be just the head.
It was a good effect, though.
I loved it.
The head looked good, yeah. I just don't think the reaction of the people in the back seat was as good as it could have been.
Yeah, but that's fine. I think VC Dupree still has the head, actually, by the way.
Oh, I think that did he say this in the making?
Yeah, I think he holds it up.
Okay, yeah.
Gross. That'd be really cool to have.
I don't know if I could keep something like that.
Come on, you definitely could. If you were in a movie and they decapitated you, wouldn't you want the decapitated head?
Maybe I would keep it, but I don't know if I would keep it like on display anywhere.
I would.
Maybe I would.
Stanley, did you think this movie was scary?
Oh, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. And but no, I was gonna say I can understand maybe if like young wee folk were starting out in horror films that they maybe could find this scary, but maybe. But no, me personally, no, not at all. These movies are not scary. They're so much fun though. They are a lot of fun. They do get
wait, don't. You're
tedious.
jumping ahead. Hang on.
I know. Sorry.
This is
I got
just about
excited.
scary.
It's not scary.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
Question number 3. Did you have fun with horror?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I did. Yes, I'm sorry that I already answered that. I did. I had a lot of fun with horror.
You're so funny. I love it when you do that.
You are. I just get so excited.
I'm going to answer all 3 questions in one
All of
answer.
them before you can even question me.
Well, I also have fun with horror,
Good.
but now I'm ready to go to hell.
Look, after I watched this the second time, I went right on over to Jason Goes to Hell and then right on over to Jason X. Like I just kind of binged them. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Dude, I'm really excited.
That's funny because I haven't done that yet, but I have Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, and the remake in 4K. And I've been looking forward to cracking those open. And so I've been looking forward to watching Jason Goes to Hell.
Are these the Arrow releases?
They are.
Oh my God. I bet the special features on the Arrow releases are really good.
It's like when I talk about you, Stanley. You're an arrow to my heart.
That's beautiful. I really loved that. Thank you.
Well, look, I think we'll be more productive if we split up, okay?
Hi, but Charles,
Colleen,
suppose we...
no discussions now, please.
Well, Stanley, we've reached the end of another Friday the 13th episode. Did you have a good Friday the 13th?
I did. I tend to.
I tend to.
Especially when these happen. I look forward to these.
Well, when's our next one?
November.
And what's our next movie?
Jason Goes to Hell, baby.
Beautiful.
Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Spoiler, it's not the final Friday.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I that's another one I haven't seen since 2014 when I saw it for the first time.
So fun. So fun. It's just so gory. It's like off the wall gory. Like it makes all these other ones look like fairy tale theater. It's insane.
Well, Stanley, it's your turn. What do you have going on?
Oh, what do I have going on? Oh, well, we just released an episode a couple of days ago. So we finally came back to life, at least for a moment.
So that'll be a couple of weeks ago now.
Oh yes. So maybe by this point, we may have had another episode out. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows?
So you did an episode on Scream 7.
We did. So that's out, and that's it. So go listen to that. Go join our Patreon. Who knows? We have a Patreon still.
So
go give us your money. I know. I give you money.
You do.
You
and
give
I
me
thank
money.
you. I thank you at the end of every episode.
I know you're wonderful. I need to get better at thanking people. I always tell myself I'm going to thank all 12 of my patrons, and I never do.
That's more patrons than we have.
Thanks, guys. Well, I think a lot of them are free. One of them's my mom.
Oh, yeah. I'm not counting the free ones. Anyway.
Lucky.
Yeah, this is the 13th. So our next episode coming out is on The Ugly Stepsister. And just like the last Friday the 13th, that episode is coming out the following Tuesday after this episode releases.
Everybody needs to watch The Ugly Stepsister.
It's on Hulu, I believe, as of this recording. And Shudder still?
And Shudder. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Shudder original.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Stanley, I love you.
I love you dearly, Scotticus.
Andrew loves you.
I know.
And
I love Andrew.
We love everybody out there. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a wonderful Friday the 13th.
Have the best Friday the 13th.
If it's already over, we hope you have a wonderful Saturday the 14th.
Just don't watch the movie.
Why? I liked it when I was a kid.
Did you really?
I think so.
I think I did too. It was just not what it is supposed to be. Whatever, anyway.
I think I saw it before I ever saw any Friday the 13th movies, to be honest.
I think I saw it after, which is why I didn't love it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So everybody go watch Friday the 13th. Go watch Saturday the 14th. Make up your own minds.
Do it.
We love you all. All
We
right.
do.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, well, these dead bodies are shit unreal, all right? Now, I say we regroup and let's go find this motherfucker before he finds us, huh? Are you with me?
Watch your mouth, young man, and you'll do no such thing. I'm in charge here.
School is out, McCullough. Okay?